When I was younger, I was awful with money. In fact, it was a bit of a running joke in my family that Naomi is terrible with money because I would regularly blow my part-time wages on knickknacks, toiletries, stuff of really little to no value that would just lie in a drawer. I never really thought about any kind of financial planning, and that bad habit continued with me right the way through university and into my adult years. Now fast forward to 2012, I was living in Australia, I was married, I was by all accounts a full grown adult and reflecting on my financial practices. And while scouring the internet for advice, I came across one sentence that changed everything. Check your bank account every day. Now, it seems really minute, really silly, but actually, I think this is what transformed my financial life. At first, I would wince whenever I opened up my banking app because when you're terrible with money, you don't really tend to have any of it. But I continued to check it every single day. And now, many years later, I consider myself a personal finance nerd. I budget consistently, and I feel a lot more at ease now with how I spend and how I save my money, which is not something I thought I would ever feel good about. So why do I tell you this? Because this micro habit also transformed my productivity. I have always made to-do lists, but they were often scribbled on random pieces of paper and half-used notebooks. It was not a system that was working for me. I personally discovered Todoist back in 2014, shortly after I had my first child. Yes, Todoist has been around that long. And initially, I really did struggle with unorganized projects and overdue tasks, and I could never really quite get it to click until I decided to apply my finance micro habit to Todoist. Check Todoist every day. Once again, my trajectory completely changed. I went from someone who was struggling and juggling a heap of to-do lists, work, a growing family, to then having peace of mind. I now had a working system, and the most important thing, I trusted it. Did I change how I used Todoist? Did I play around with projects and start changing labels and all of that stuff? Absolutely not. I just opened it every day. And by opening it every day, I see my tasks every day. And by seeing my tasks every day, I completed my tasks every day. It sounds almost too simple, but it really, really works. And this has subsequently become the biggest piece of advice that I offer to any of my family and friends that try out Todoist and are kind of struggling with it. I just tell them that, open it every single day. Now, you could easily just dismiss that and say, but she works at Todoist, she just wants you to open the app every day because that's what they want you to do. But I'm talking to you as someone who has used the product way longer than I worked here, and I genuinely believe this to be true. There is something quite extraordinary about the habitual actions that we choose to take on our devices every day. And there have been periods of time in my life where I have changed that habit to opening email or opening Instagram early in the day and every day. And I do notice that after a period of time, I start to feel more anxious and more reactive. Whereas whenever I replace that habit with opening my banking app and my Todoist every day, I feel much more in control of my life and a lot more proactive about the things that I'm choosing to do with both my money and my time. So what micro habits are you currently forming with the apps that you open every day? Are they positive and they benefit you, or are they something that you feel you may want to change? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, then you may also enjoy the Todoist newsletter, because this video was actually based on one of those. We send it on the first day of every month, and it is actually designed to hopefully inspire you to have a productive month ahead. I'll leave the sign up details in the description box below in case you're interested. Otherwise, for more videos like this and helpful product walkthroughs and occasionally leaks from Amir, our CEO, then you can feel free to subscribe to the Todoist channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Otherwise, for more videos like this, you can just of what's coming up from our SEO. No, that's not right.